Hello viewers, and welcome to Agricultural Communication, a program aimed at giving you insight on agricultural issues. Today we'll be taking a look at the effect of inorganic fertilizers on the human body. Please stay tuned. My name is Mukaila Bukola and you're welcome to BSU TV. Thank you.
Fertilizers are a mixture of toxic chemicals which are absorbed into the food chain via vegetables, cereals and water, creating health effects, increase and spread rapidly. Contaminated water may have contained high levels of nitrates and nitrates, causing hemoglobin disorders. Heavy metals such as mercury, lead, cadmium and uranium have been found in fertilizers, which can cause disturbances in the kidneys, lungs and liver, and also cause cancer. After a careful study carried out by experts, over 29 popular fertilizers tested positive for 22 toxic heavy metals, including silver, nickel, selenium, thallium and vanadium, all directly linked to human health hazards. Ammonium nitrate exposure causes other health problems such as eye and skin irritation, producing a burning sensation. Inhalation exposure can result in irritation of the nose, throat and lungs. One can also experience nausea, vomiting, flushing of the face and neck, headache, nervousness, uncontrolled muscle movement, faintness and collapse. On the other hand, potassium chloride interferes with nerve impulses and interrupts with virtually all bodily functions and mainly affects heart function. It can cause all kinds of gastric and stomach pains, dizziness, bloody diarrhea, convulsions, headaches, mental impairments, redness or itching of the skin or eyes. Cadmium ultimately enters the human tissues, resulting in diseases such as tracheobronchitis, pneumonitis, pulmonary edema, renal failure, osteoporosis, and cancers.
My name is Dugeri Oshaun by Jeremiah. Now NPK I dey use apply for my farm. Like how much it depends on when you buy them. If you want buy for Modu, sometimes some places now 400, 500. While some places we bag na 11k. Depending on how you want the person buy them. I prefer NPK because unlike the cow dungs or animals dungs, that one if you use that to fertilize your food for your crop now, it brings seed where you no expect. It brings seed where you no expect, but this one no get that kind of issue. And I just major difference from that, but two of them they work, but the other one they brings weed come our farm.
My name is Mkene Magabos. I am a farmer from Benue State. I came this evening to check on my farm. I know how the crops are doing.
Alright, that's nice. So Mr. Agabos, what's your take on the natural means of growing food crops and the use of organic fertilizers on the farm?
Okay, as you can see, we have the natural means of growing crops. We deal with what we call compost manure. We look for some wasted stuff like that and gather it together and keep them inside the farm. As you can see, look at the natural beauty of this side from this side and compare to the other side of it. You understand? This side we use what we call fertilizer. Okay, that's why we advise people to use the compost manure instead of the fertilizer.
Okay, so Mr. Agabos, can you give us some reasons or what do you think are the effects of these inorganic fertilizers on your farm?
The effects of the inorganic fertilizer on the farm are as many as possible. Number one, let me take you from where I was talking about. Those are the differences. When you use the fertilizer, it's got the cloth burning, what we call chemical burning. You understand? Along the line, you can look at the leaves here. Are becoming colored. They are not greenish as compared to the other side. This is what we call the chemical burning on the crops. When you use the fertilizers, it's burn the crops. You understand? It's not as greenish as the other side.
Okay, so you're saying this one, these are the bonds from fertilizers.
Yes.
And then the greener ones are from natural means of growing the crop.
Thank you so
much. Okay, so you've heard it all from Mr. Agabos. So when you use organic means of growing your crop, they turn out to be chemical bond. That's what he said. And then when you use natural means of growing your crop, they turn out more greener, and of course, the natural nutrient has to be tamed. Thank you, Mr. Agabos, for being on the program with us this afternoon. I really, really appreciate. And please, this is BSU TV. Don't go nowhere.
Hello viewers, my name is Oda Emmanuel. Still on the topic, health effects of inorganic fertilizers. I have with me here Mr. Gideon to shed more light on the topic. Stay tuned. So Mr. Gideon, what are the negative effects of these fertilizers on the humans?
Okay, the health effects of fertilizers on humans and the environment, like for example, or first and foremost, we have the urea, which is used for the tuber crops, and the NPK, which is used for corn, guinea corn, like the stock crops. Like ammonium nitrate, when exposed to the skin, causes irritation and causes irritations in the eyes too, and when inhaled, causes a kind of soreness in the throat and vomiting and dizziness sometimes.
Wow, so having seen the negative effects of what these inorganic chemical fertilizers can do on humans, what do you suggest are the natural ways for us to grow our crops?
The natural ways, or the safe ways we can grow crops to avert this health effect, is growing fully or going into organic farming, that's natural farming. And this is the use of animal manure, dead plants, that's any plant, anything that is biodegradable can be used in planting. Making of compost, like gathering plants in the ditch and allowing them to decay, and then you apply on plants. I think it's safe. It's safe. Organic farming in quotes. It's a safe way of growing plants to avert health effects on humans. Okay, my advice to farmers, and not just farmers but everybody out there, we should minimize the consumption of processed or canned food or imported food, and learn how to grow crops, learn how to keep gardens in our homes and grow crops naturally to consume good food and natural food around. I think that's going to help a lot. It's going to help. And not just farming or farming organically. Eat well, eat your balanced diet, exercise, and don't you forget that your health is your wealth. That's my advice for everybody and farmers out there.
Globally, synthetic fertilizers are behind the bulk of global food production, and they're especially important in developing countries. That, experts say, will make a transition away from them challenging. However, initiatives to stake out a more sustainable way of growing food are plentiful. It will interest you to know that the recent study from the Soil Association, a United Kingdom-based charity and advocate of organic farming, calls for much greater attention to nitrous oxide emissions in global greenhouse gas accounting. More integrated efforts to tackle nitrogen excess as a climate, nature and health issue, and incentives for better nitrogen management at farm level. But organic farming methods are not the only example of sustainable nutrient management. Agroecological approaches, including conservation, low inputs and minimum tillage agriculture, are all recognized as nature positive and regenerative practices. From farm to fork, 80% of nitrogen is wasted and lost to the environment. According to a study by the Center for Ecology and Hydrology in the United Kingdom, more efficient use of animal manure and greater use in rotations of nitrogen-fixing crops, such as legumes, which converts nitrogen from the air into a form that is biologically useful, will be crucial to replace synthetic nitrogen as part of the process of rebuilding soil fertility. Furthermore, there is a consensus that everyone should be using manure and urine better, as stated by Mark Sutton, a leader and author of the above study.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You are welcome.
Well done, mommy.
Thank you.
Yeah. What thing they do like this?
They put fertilizer.
Fertilizer on the for your farm. Yeah. Which kind of fertilizer they put like this?
Urea.
Mommy, why you like using urea instead of NPK?
As for me, I know they put this urea for my yam farm.
Okay.
Now that is NPK.
Okay.
Because this urea, after when I harvest the yam for dry season, if I keep, it will begin to rot. So I know they use, but other people they used to, and this urea they use. But for me, I know they use.
Okay. Mommy, you don't think say if they use this cow shit and other animal shit, you know better pass this the one when they use?
No, you know better pass.
Yeah.
You know better pass.
Okay.
You know, so this one get your own work.
Okay.
That animal shit, you get your own work.
Okay.
Fertilizers have their various uses, but when used much on the farm to get fast results has been proven to cause damages and side effects on the human body. And as such, we encourage the use of natural means of growing food to avoid sicknesses on the human health. My name still remains Mukaila.